Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're struggling with getting your newborn to sleep, you are not alone. Those sleepless nights can be tough, but don't worry, I've got you covered. In this video, I'm sharing 7 essential sleep tips for newborns that will help your baby and you get better rest. From setting the perfect sleep environment to simple tricks that encourage longer stretches of sleep, these tips will make a big difference. Quick disclaimer. The information in this video is for educational purposes only and should not replace professional medical advice. All right, let's jump into it. Okay, new parents, let's talk about the drowsy but awake rule. This is one of the best things you can do for your baby's sleep. Basically, you want to put your baby down for sleep when they're showing signs of being tired, but before they're completely out. When you put your baby down drowsy but awake, you're giving them the chance to figure out how to fall asleep on their own, in their own crib, without needing to be rocked or fed to sleep. Trust me, it might take a little practice and patience at first, but in the long run, it helps babies become more independent sleepers and prevents those constant night wakings. You got this. Let's be honest, babies spend a lot of time sleeping, and when they're not sleeping, they're usually eating or crying. It's a cycle that can be exhausting for both the baby and the parents. But did you know that silence can actually be unsettling for newborns? Yes, the quiet can be quite jarring for them. For 9 months, they were snuggled up in the womb, surrounded by a symphony of sounds, your heartbeat, your digestion, maybe even the occasional tummy rumble. These sounds were their constant companions. So when they're suddenly thrust into this quiet world, it can be a bit of a shock to their tiny systems. The sudden silence can be disorienting and unsettling. That's where white noise comes in. It can be a game changer for both babies and parents. A white noise machine or even a simple fan in the room can work wonders. These devices create a consistent sound environment. It mimics those familiar sounds of the womb, helping your baby feel more relaxed and secure. This can lead to better sleep and less crying. Just make sure you keep the volume at a safe level, around 50 to 60 decibels, about the sound of a gentle shower. This ensures it's soothing without being too loud. Okay, it's 3 a.m., and your little bundle of joy has decided it's time for a midnight snack. But here's the thing. When your baby wakes up for a nighttime feeding, it's important to keep things as calm and quiet as possible. Think of it like a top-secret mission. Instead of flipping on the overhead lights, use a dim nightlight, and keep the chit-chat to a minimum. Your baby doesn't need to know your plans for redecorating the living room at 3 in the morning. Stick to soft, soothing tones, like you're telling them the world's most boring bedtime story. And whatever you do, avoid any stimulating activities like playing or making funny faces. You want your baby to associate nighttime with sleep, not playtime. Swaddling, the ancient art of wrapping your baby up like a tiny burrito. Some parents swear by it, others, not so much. But here's the thing, swaddling can be a real game changer for newborn sleep. It helps prevent the startle reflex, when babies suddenly jerk their arms and legs and wake themselves up. But remember, every baby is different. Some babies love being swaddled, they feel secure and comforted. Others, well, they'd rather have their freedom to wave their arms around. If your baby's giving you the let me out of this straitjacket vibe, try a swaddle with an arm out option. And most importantly, once your baby starts rolling over, usually around 8 to 12 weeks old, it's time to ditch the swaddle altogether. Chapter 5. The power of the bedtime routine. You know how much I love a good routine, and guess what? Babies do too. They thrive on predictability and structure, which helps them feel secure and calm. Having a consistent bedtime routine is like sending your baby a clear signal that it's time to wind down and get ready for sleep. This routine helps their little bodies and minds transition from the busyness of the day to the calm of the night. Think of it like their very own nightly show, with you as the star of the show, of course. Your presence and actions become comforting cues that bedtime is near. Here's an example of a simple but effective bedtime routine for newborns. It doesn't have to be complicated, just a few consistent steps. First, a nice, relaxing bath or a gentle wipe down. This helps to soothe and relax your baby, washing away the day's activities. Then it's time for a fresh diaper and some comfy pajamas. The change into sleepwear signals that it's time to rest. Next up, a feeding session. But remember, we don't want them to doze off completely during feeding. This ensures they get a full feed and are satisfied for the night. After that, how about a soft lullaby or some gentle rocking? This can be a special bonding time and helps to further calm your baby. And finally, it's time for swaddling, if your baby's into that. And then it's off to their crib with some soothing white noise. The swaddle can make them feel secure, and the white noise can drown out any disruptive sounds. The key here is consistency. Doing the same steps in the same order every night helps your baby know what to expect. Repeating the same steps every night helps babies recognize bedtime and fall asleep faster. Over time, this routine will become a cherished part of your baby's day, making bedtime a peaceful and enjoyable experience for both of you. Chapter 6. Creating the Ultimate Sleep Sanctuary. You know how important it is to have a comfortable and inviting bedroom? It's your personal haven, a place where you can unwind and recharge. Well, the same goes for your baby. They need a serene and cozy environment to get the best sleep possible. Their sleep environment plays a huge role in how well they sleep. A well-thought-out nursery can make all the difference. So let's turn that nursery into the ultimate sleep sanctuary. First things first, darkness. It's crucial for a good night's sleep. And I'm not talking about just dimming the lights. I'm talking blackout curtains, like you're trying to recreate a solar eclipse in there. These curtains block out all light, creating a perfect sleep environment. Babies sleep best in a dark environment. It helps regulate their natural sleep-wake cycles. Next up, white noise. It's a game changer. We've already talked about the wonders of white noise, so make sure you've got that going. It drowns out background noise and creates a soothing soundscape. Now let's talk temperature. The ideal room temperature for a baby is between 68 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. This range ensures they are neither too hot nor too cold. And speaking of caves, let's make sure that crib is a safe and cozy sleep space. A firm mattress is essential for their safety and comfort. Always place your baby on their back to sleep, in a crib or bassinet with a firm mattress. This position is the safest for them. And please, no pillows, blankets, or stuffed animals in the crib. These items can pose a risk to your baby's safety. Keep it simple and safe. Chapter 7. Decode those sleepy cues. Okay, here's the thing. Babies are notoriously bad at communicating, except when it comes to crying. But luckily for us, they do give us some subtle cues when they're tired. One of the biggest sleep mistakes parents make is waiting too long to put their baby to sleep. It seems counterintuitive, but an overtired baby actually has a harder time falling asleep because their bodies release stress hormones to stay awake. So, what are these secret sleep cues? Keep an eye out for yawning, obviously, but also eye rubbing. They might start looking away from stimulation like they're just over it. And of course, there's always the classic fussiness. Once you see those signs, it's time to get your baby to bed as soon as possible. Outrow sleep tight, little one, and that's it. 7 essential sleep tips to help your newborn sleep better. Let's do a quick recap. Put baby down drowsy but awake to encourage independent sleep. Use white noise to mimic the womb and soothe your baby. Keep nighttime feedings calm and quiet to reinforce sleep patterns. Swaddle your baby, if they like it, to prevent wake-ups. Create a consistent bedtime routine to signal sleep time. Set up the perfect sleep environment, dark, quiet, and cool. Watch for baby sleep cues to avoid overtiredness. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.